The needle was already prepared. 13 minutes left. Marcus Hale had spent 6 years on death row for a murder he didn't commit. 6 years of denied appeals, lost hope, and walls that never listened. But tonight, before the final walk, he made one request. Not food, not a phone call, not forgiveness. He asked for his dog. His retired K9 partner, Diesel, hadn't seen him since the night everything collapsed. The guards thought it was strange. Some laughed. One officer in the corner went unusually quiet. Nobody noticed that yet, because when Diesel walked through that door, he didn't run to Marcus. He stopped, stiffened, and started barking directly at that quiet officer who had been standing in the corner all along. What happened next would free an innocent man with 13 minutes to spare. Stay with us. This story doesn't end with an execution. It ends with the truth. Marcus Hale was once the kind of officer other officers looked up to. 11 years on the force. Decorated K9 handler. The kind of man who stayed late, asked no favors, and trusted his partner with his life. That partner was Diesel, a Belgian Malinois who could track a scent through rain and locate a hidden weapon in a crowded warehouse. He could read danger before any human in the room even felt it. Together, they were untouchable. So how does a man like that end up in an orange jumpsuit, counting his final hours? It happened on a Thursday night during a joint task force raid on an abandoned industrial complex outside the city. Marcus and Diesel were assigned to the East Corridor. Routine sweep. But the moment they entered that building, Diesel's ears pinned back. Something was wrong. 20 minutes later, Detective Ray Colton was found dead in the West Corridor. Single gunshot, close range. And Marcus was found kneeling beside the body, weapon fired, hands covered in blood. No other footprints, no cameras, no witnesses. Diesel was barking frantically at Marcus as backup poured in. The prosecution used that image relentlessly. If his own dog didn't trust him, why should we? The jury took 4 hours. Guilty. What nobody asked was why Marcus had a deep puncture wound on his left side that night. A wound that was never documented, never explained, because nobody was looking for reasons to believe him. 6 years passed, and now, on the night of his execution, Marcus sat calmly on the edge of his bed and asked for one thing. Diesel. The chaplain blinked. Officer Brent Ellison, leaning against the wall in the corner, let out a short laugh. Sentimental nonsense, he muttered. The request was approved. Jamie Soto loaded the 7-year-old Malinois into a transport vehicle and drove toward the prison through the cold night. Do you think Diesel remembered Marcus? After 6 years, he remembered everything. Diesel stepped into the preparation room and froze. His nose began working in rapid, deliberate sweeps, not toward Marcus, but with focused intensity. He growled, low, rolling, serious. Why isn't he going to the inmate? The warden asked. He's tracking, Jamie said, watching carefully. Diesel circled Marcus slowly, sniffing along his left side, until he stopped at the ribcage and barked. Once. Sharp. Urgent. Under Marcus's shirt was a scar, old, deep, improperly healed. A puncture wound, and suddenly, a fragment of memory cracked open. The sharp pain that night, the sensation of hands grabbing his collar from behind before everything went dark. Someone had stabbed him. Before anyone could process that, Diesel turned. His nose swept the room in a slow arc, cross-referencing, comparing scents. He found the second scent in under a minute. He locked onto Officer Brent Ellison. Diesel moved toward Ellison, low, controlled, every step deliberate. The same posture Marcus had seen hundreds of times in the field. Not aggression. Identification. Control your dog, Ellison snapped, stepping back. He is controlled, Jamie said evenly. He's alerting. Diesel barked twice. Double alert. In 6 years of fieldwork, that signal had never once been wrong. Marcus stared at Ellison, and something about the man's rigid posture, the way he was holding himself too still, pulled the last fragment loose. A hand on his collar, a hissed voice. Don't move. A sharp pain in his side. You were in that corridor, Marcus said quietly. You stabbed me. And when Colton walked in and saw what was happening, stop talking, Ellison said. You killed him, and you let me take the blame for it. Diesel's growl filled the room like a verdict. Ellison's hand moved toward his belt. 3 guards tackled him before he reached it. Diesel's teeth closed around his wrist. Firm, controlled, final. On the floor, cuffed, Ellison talked. A covert operation. Unauthorized raids. Diverted evidence. Detective Samuels running the whole thing from the inside. Samuels gave the order. Ellison was supposed to clear the corridor, but Marcus and Diesel arrived too early. Samuels fired. I panicked. I stabbed Ward. 6 years, 1 lie. Built by 2 men who believed their badges made them untouchable. They forgot about the dog. The execution was suspended. Detective Samuels was arrested before sunrise. Marcus's conviction was overturned 11 days later. He walked out on a Tuesday morning. Diesel beside him. Marcus stopped at the microphones and looked down at Diesel before he spoke. For 6 years, people told me even my dog knew I was guilty. What nobody understood was that Diesel wasn't accusing me. He was trying to protect me. This dog carried the truth when no human would. Truth doesn't disappear just because powerful people bury it. Sometimes the only one brave enough is the one who can't speak. He walked away from the microphones. Diesel matched his pace exactly. They didn't look back.